We'll stop it this time.
So they just had a little bit there where they're like, oh, what's she doing? Oh, whatever evil thing she's doing, we'll stop it this time. You could have stopped her.
I still can't believe what that Almadria did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear.
And he's welcome back to Tales of Arise.
Human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged in my whole life.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's no way she's getting away with this.
Oh, this is...
Then we head for the underground docks.
Sorry, I'll
Need to
explain in a
hurry.
moment.
Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah.
So, you just saw their expressions. You just saw how, you know, Shion's like, I've never been so enraged, blah, 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 right? The very last episode, Law stopped Rinwell from killing her because she was so angry at her. Oh, and now they're all like, oh, I'm angry at her, let's go kill her. Yeah. Oh, I can't. So I guess the moral is killing somebody for personal revenge is bad, but killing someone because they enrage you when they harm innocents but not hurt you directly, that's okay.
My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almadria who did it.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Danon mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster.
Well,
she
we know that they made the Zoogles.
Monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though
Oh,
I'm
don't be
Danon?
silly, Rinwell. Just using magic doesn't make you a monster. No one even hinted anything like that.
I think you're a monster, you dummy.
Yeah.
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours.
That
Got
was
it?
the stupidest, dumbest thing you've done, Law. And you got your own father killed because you turned him in. Here. So first of all, he blew up a whole lot of his people, trying to kill her. And then she turned his people into liquid. Because they were so hungry to kill her. Oh, it's just so dumb. I have a friend who plays this game as well. I'm going to rant at him when I see him next. Stupid storyline with this stupid... let's go to the inn briefly, I suppose.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
But after what she did, I would like to have her burned alive. Oh, I don't know if you can... I'm not sure. So what's the message here? Is this guy wrong for hating her because of what she did? Now? Is that the story? I mean, we hate her, and we're going to go kill her. Sure, let's do a pork bun. Why not?
Hell yeah! There's no way...
If you'd only... They believe they were murdered. The fruit of Helgarden. Yes, she planned to kill a whole lot of people so that she could be the Lord and run things and continue to be evil for the sake of evil, I suppose. Well, I mean, we did our one Lord who actually cared. Now we're going back to near cartoonish levels of evil. Hammer. Sivnew! All of your friends are gone. Yeah, you'd probably beat it too, buddy. That's true. You would have melted just like the rest of them. Oh, a chest that I didn't grab earlier, I suppose. Ooh, horse sashimi.
There's no point in reading it unless you plan on making it.
How will I do? Oh, isn't this convenient? The horrible dictator got to die trying to kill the horrible dictator. Now we're going to kill the horrible dictator, leaving only the good and just people left alive. Alright, well, moving on. So I guess it's... Which way am I going then? Hidden Wharf. There we go. Down there. Alright.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Anything new I can forge? Oh, here we go. We can make the Columna Alatio. And the Arts of the Cosmos. Buy 7 of those. Get the gear. Alright, so now everyone is armored up. Alright, let's check on...
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
So let's continue. Hidden Wharf.
dead end?
No, there's an elevator.
Yeah.
Looks operational.
Yeah, it's working now.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Fishing. Have a treat. At a time. Did they even know the realm had been liberated, I wonder? Came back. Yeah, they just said they hadn't been there in a long while. I think these people don't know at all what's going on. Got some mackerels. One. Very modern looking vessels. I wouldn't call this an underground harbor. It's pretty, it's secluded.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
I don't know what a jib
how
is.
dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before?
Nope.
The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know.
Half of us are
You need
slaves.
a
No.
sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before
Yeah.
she makes it out the harbor.
Guess no. Yeah,
We're
a third
losing
of us were
time.
slaves.
Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set, and we'll set sail.
Ha! Indeed. I guess now. And then I guess we catch up to her and we do we go on her boat. Also, I don't think she needed the wind for her ship, did she? That boat is clearly motor-powered.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing
How
as
do
it's
we
supposed
know
to
where
be
she
something of another
is?
castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's
The
gonna be a
Renans
while
know how you
before we reach
advanced
her.
technology.
Till then, y'all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
And now the music's gonna. They have no way to maintain a tone in this game, do they? Alright, well, let's talk with Law. Hey, Law.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done.
Well, if you hadn't
But no
captured
matter how
him,
much I play it back, I'm still no closer to
thus
finding
turning him
any
into your
answers.
boss and having
And
him
then
tortured to
there's
death.
everything with Rinwell.
Yeah.
I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do?
No!
Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
See, like, this...
You're not the only one.
These scenes about
keep
him
asking
talking
myself
about how
what
he was
Zephyr
thinking
would've
over
done
those
if he
words
did.
should have been coming
Like I
beforehand.
think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against.
Except, if
Let's
you want to
both
go with
do our
that
best to
perspective,
make him
then
proud.
Zephyr would surely have
like a deal.
disapproved and thought you were a giant screw-up for getting revenge for him. Oh, it's not... Like, they're trying to justify it now. It's falling flat for me.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
Says
What can you tell me about
pretty
Almadria?
Lord. Who
Not
probably
as
has
much as you
paintings of him,
probably
actually.
wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Oh, it's so weird, too.
Even what Almadria did?
Because, like,
Has it really reached the point where her actions
Law got
are
his
seen as
revenge.
normal?
Nobody cared. He
Not to
hasn't
my
been
knowledge,
all
no.
dramaed about it, really.
At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
Yeah,
So
up
then
until the
why
very
would
end.
Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown
Yeah,
contest.
at the end of it, you could
Perhaps
kill as many as you
hand
want
is
to try and
forced, so
maximize
to
your
speak.
gains.
It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to
It
understand
did teach him
is that the
something.
conflict extends
That's why he
beyond
did what he
Ganon
did.
versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more
This is a good
walls
talk,
we
though.
must
I like
topple
it.
first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
That was good talk. So here's it's weird that they chose this one to be the one to make a big deal. Because remember, Shion set out to assassinate 5 people that she knew nothing about, more or less, except that they were probably jerks. You know, so that she could be stopping alone, right? Law got his revenge. Nobody batted an eye about that. Before or after. Kisara really didn't even get to decide what to do about the guy who was behind her brother's death. He kind of preempted that one. It's weird. Like when you think about the other two, you're like, well, why does it matter? Oh, she cannot handle.
You look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving.
Oh, she's seasick.
How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Ren.
Man, Deadheim is getting a lot of hate
All I
for
had to worry about was fighting the
being
Renans
more or
for the
less a
sake of the
one-scene wonder.
Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe indeed. The
Never tolerate
slaves
the Renans ruling over us.
weren't really the
Nothing
ones
ends
in the
up being
right.
as black
And it
and
was the
white as you
slavers
expect it
who
to
were
be
the
either.
ones in the right.
That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people. But that won't undo 300 years of oppression.
I know.
It'll be hard for them to not give
We
in
went
to
over
their
this
resentment.
in Cislodia.
I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
And about all
Even
of the
if his
people that were
motivations weren't pure,
traitors and turned in their
Dorothy has a
fellows.
good heart.
And what's going to happen to them
Didn't
afterwards.
sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves.
Yeah, there was a story about that
I
evil
saw it in
Renan King,
Deadheim's
right?
eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
With the black owl that had to kill him.
Don't tell it. Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
So it is an
Maybe
interesting
not.
point they
But
bring
to
up.
tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You
But
have your promise to Megal, though. Your
But-
home and the people of Menancia are
I
depending
do want to
on you.
point out that
I know. My brother.
people were in a forced
truly
labor
believed in his
situation
dream of
being worked
coexistence.
to death.
And I suppose, even now,
And despite what
many people still do.
Deadeye wanting to rule and all that sort of things,
There's you.
he didn't seem to
me?
do anything like that.
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Oh,
Okay,
Alphen.
then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I mean,
I don't know that.
I'd
it's so
say you and
spectacularly.
Well,
your
I
lord get
suppose
along
it's really all a matter
spectacularly,
of how you
Kisara.
look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting, like, it is an interesting point to bring up, right? Like, Are we just making things the same thing as when, except it's us doing it with each other? Except, like, remember, like, the Renans were putting you all into forced labor to beat you and work you to death to steal your souls, basically. You know, Deadeye may not have been great. He may have been a jerk. He may have been cruel and evil and bad and just power hungry. But, like, even with all of that, compared to what was happening to the people, he still had a long way to go. And yes, I know, I remember, yes, he blew up his own people so they could take out, to try and drive the Renans away. But again, they didn't just have a magic plot device strapped to their back, so they could just kill the lords however they wanted. They had to take what means they could. That's the only reason we've gotten as far as we did. Magic plot device sword. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, the music. The scene that just happened. It's a weird conflict. Anyways, we're going to call a break here. Let me know your... Like, this is the... You know, these are clearly meant to be establishing moments. How effective they are varies depending on the person. Let me know what you think of them. Because they're... I mean, that was a good talk. But in light of what was actually happening, and in light of the law stuff and what Shion's doing and all that sort of stuff, and the fact that they're a group of assassins going from land to land to kill people, it's their own anger. Oh, it's just not hitting the right notes with me. I'll talk to you all soon.